in the kitchen, and I am happy to report that I fit everything into my Mary Poppins bag to the right. 3 bunches of kale, radicchio, no, not radicchio, mizuna. I got baby bok choy, this beautiful purple lettuce, I'm not sure what it's called, but I'm gonna have, the baby bok choy is also, I think, known as tat swa, or it's just, all I know is that it's a very bitter little leaf, and I like that there's little holes in it, because that means that no little pesticides, no big pesticides were used to get rid of beautiful little pests. Because the thing is, we want the natural biology, the natural goings on of the soil. We don't want to eradicate things that are going on, because then we end up with perfect lettuce, but we're also getting chemicals into our bodies, and we don't want that. I got a sale on the kale. Sale on the kale means kale chips are coming up. For those of you who haven't, please go look at my kale chip recipe. My daughter's coming home from her spring break with her dad, and she will have kale chips waiting, and that is one of her favorite or only raw foods that she likes. So let's see, we'll put the kale for decoration over here. Oh, it's looking so pretty. I ate a pint of the strawberries while I was waiting, and then I just ate and left the tops in there. Okay, so we have more beautiful lettuce. This looks like a good place. And more beautiful lettuce and more beautiful lettuce and parsley. And I know you guys love my farmers market finds. What I love is finding the farmers. And so meeting Dawn was so very special to me, because she was so good at relaying information about the stinging nettles. But she also told me to come back next week so that I could ask her, for all of us, what we ought to ask the farmers about their organic farming practices. And she said not all organic produce is created equal. And we know that, right? Like the water, where it's being grown and everything, and the water, which she said where her water comes from. Look at this pomelo. This is from JJ Lone Daughter. This is amazing. I had to get it just because of the sheer size of it. Look how beautiful this is all getting. And the strawberries, they always get messy on my way home. What I always do is I eat them, and then I end up leaving them. I have to clean out my bag of these little tops that I did not eat. Kind of funny. We will compost them, and we need to get into composting really, because my situation didn't work out that well. But I'm still looking for a great situation. But they do go in my green bin for sure, because I go through a lot of organic produce. So it's about time. Oh, this little avocado got smushed, so we're going to have to eat that one right away. And why do I have a purple glove on? I'm not the new version of Michael. That's really funny. I didn't even explain what I'm doing. I'm doing this because the nettles are called stinging for a reason. Stinging nettles, and they're actually good for you. If you hit yourself with them, they'll help you get rid of arthritis. But right now I'm not having any inflammation in my body. Actually, in my blood test, I have no issues with inflammation, thank goodness, because I eat a really alkalizing diet. But for those of you who are having any kind of joint pain, stinging nettles will help. And stinging nettles will sting you. They feel like bee stings, but it goes away. But right now, I'm in the process of deciding how I'm going to get them into my food processor, because as I promised, I'm going to make a pesto. So I brought out what I have for making my pesto, and I do have pine nuts, and I do have almonds, and I have olive oil, I have garlic powder. I don't have fresh garlic. I thought I was allergic to garlic. Turns out on my latest allergy test, food allergy test a couple years later, I'm not allergic to garlic or basil anymore, but I don't have basil in the house. So I'm going to improvise, and that's part of what I like to share with you guys, is how to improvise. So you need the leaves, you need the stinging nettle leaves, and a cup, 2 cups, 2 cups, 3 cups, whatever amount that you have and want to use. And then you use some kind of nut, right? A nut, pine nut is really fatty, so pine nut is great. If they're too expensive, you can use a little bit of pine nuts. You could use Brazil nuts, you could use almonds. I have, and I like to always keep almonds around. So I soak them, dehydrate them, no, I don't dehydrate them. I soak them for 8 hours to remove the enzyme inhibitors, and then I leave them in the refrigerator and I use them the next day, usually. So I'm gonna give these a rinse. Okay, so the next thing to do to decide, I'll get those in a second. The next thing to decide is I have a lot of nettles. In here are some lettuce as well. I have my Mizuna, so that's not gonna sting me. It's really nice flavor, I tasted it. It's mild, but it's just really nice. I like it. It's gonna be my salad. So here are the nettles, right? Ta-da! Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid of the nettles. She actually gave me, I always juice them, or I use them in a soup. I just put them in a soup, and when I do that, in a ceramic pot with water, and I put them as a stew, and you could flavor it with miso, a chickpea miso in my preference, because I don't use soy. It's another one of my allergies. Coffee, soy, definitely coffee at the top, which is why I'm obsessed with my tonics. People got the tonic blend already. For those of you who haven't seen it, I'm putting the link below. It's a bag of gorgeous, my morning energy blend ready to go. So, yay to you guys who got it and love it. So when you boil the nettles, I don't worry about washing them. And when you juice them, I juice them. And right now I'm going to use them, I'm going to process them as per Dawn's suggestion. I just got some on my arm, it's a little tingly. As per Dawn's suggestion, I will have it processed in here, and once it's processed, it's not going to sting us. But she also said you could wash it 3 times in cold water and eat it, or once in hot water. But since I'm going to process it, and I don't really want to bother with washing it, I'm not going to. I'm gonna, let's see, I'm gonna figure out how to handle it right here in front of you guys, and I'm sure some of you know, and some of you don't, so we're gonna do this together. Yeah, I'm gonna wash it. I see a bug. You gotta wash things. So what I will do is take this. I'm not a nettle expert, but I'm also not afraid. I'm unafraid. You gotta be. So this is what I wash things in, because I can give it a good wash and drain it. Another really great way to wash things is in a salad spinner, because you put, you know what I mean, then you just drain it and then you can spin it. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna wash this. Mess while I am working, so I'm going to tidy up a bit, just move things out of the way. And what I do when I'm making a recipe or creating something new, I just leave my notes out. I put down exactly what I'm going to use. Ideally, I'd have basil. I don't have it. That's okay. We obviously have the nettle, a couple cups. We have lemon. I have lemon. Olive oil, salt, pepper, and garlic, powdered or fresh. So then we'll have a nut. So we could use walnuts, we could use almonds, we could use pine nuts, we could use a mixture of all of them. That's what I'm recommending, doing a little mix and using what you have and what you can procure easily. Here we go, I've got to clean up. So, it's like you guys are with me. That's how I like it. Not too slick, not too edited. I thank you for your patience and sticking with me. This is fun. And just like going to the farmer's market, you never know what's going to happen when you go there. You never know who you're going to meet. You can actually meet a farmer and get information and make a connection through the food that she picked to my island, to my table, to my loved ones, or myself, and that just makes it so much more special. There's like a story behind the nettle now, and she works with it all the time. So, one bunch, and I'll cut it up. We're going to start this process, and I can take notes as I go, that way I can have the recipe. So let's see how many cups the nettle, it's a bunch of nettle. Let's see how many cups we get out of it, right? I'll bring out my cup and measuring cup. I like to just go, okay, I'm using this much, but I can approximate also by looking at it. And I'm going to say this is like 2 to 3 cups. And it's going in, just like that. And I'm going to pulse it because that way I can fit everything else in. There we go. How easy is that? Ta-da! Oh, I can smell it. It smells so healing. It smells so beautiful. Da, da, da. Okay. Salt, definitely, right? So now I can take these off. Da-da. Here we go. It's a little warm in here. Okay, so you guys will do a little measuring. My teaspoon, 1/4 of a teaspoon. I could always add more, right? We want to underdo the salt because it's easy to add more. It's not so easy to... Let's get out a tablespoon. I like my new copper ones. I'm going to say a couple, 2, 3. Depending on how much, I'm going to do 2. And then I'm going to add some pine nuts. Oh, it's going to be delicious. I could tell already. And then you can serve this on sliced zucchini, on flax crackers. What am I doing? Oh yeah. So here's a nice little 1/4 cup. I think that'll be plenty. And then after that, I would add almonds or walnuts. Garlic. I'm going to do 1/2 teaspoon of garlic. And I will scrape down the sides. Yeah, we scrape it, make sure it all gets in there. And we don't have the lemon, which you can use apple cider vinegar or lemon. I have a beautiful lemon here, so why not? And this is going to be so healing, right? So it's good for arthritis, inflammation. There's a myriad of things. So I'm just going to, I did like 1/4 of a lemon squeezed. Okay, so I'm going to taste it. Some of the benefits, there's so many of stinging nettle, it helps aid digestion, it helps with gas, it helps with, as a diuretic, so it helps us move through. I would think it's very detoxifying. It helps with an enlarged prostate, and it's good for eczema and skin conditions, hives. So, and hair, if it's rubbed on the scalp, it's really good for hair growth and restoring hair color, they say. So it's extremely, extremely medicinal. And by the looks of Dawn, she looks really healthy and really beautiful. But I'm thinking, what a great thing to rub if you're having a dry patch somewhere, any eczema. This is really cool. So anyway, maybe we'll leave out the garlic and whatnot. This tastes, let's see how it... It's got a kick. I'm thinking it could use some more salt. So it was only 1/4 of a teaspoon, so we'll put some more salt in. And some more lemon. I'll use the other lemon. And it's absolutely delicious. We could add some almonds in just to give it some hardiness. So we don't have to use too much. Almonds are more alkalizing than pine nuts. Pine nuts give it a richness and a fattiness. And the almonds are so, add the protein and add the body without the same kind of fat. So 1/4 cup of the almonds, let's see how we do. That may have been just a couple cups of nettle. I'm already putting it on a cracker because I know it's good. Let's see. It's so good. I'm serving it with Doctor in the Kitchen flaxseed crackers. These are rosemary. They're so good. I love that. I could add a date to give it a little sweetness, a little touch of, that's what I think it needs actually. A little date, a little coconut nectar, splash of apple cider vinegar I'm going to do. And I would suggest you play with it. Everything can't be created equal when we're working with produce. So just make it as fatty as you like it, as tart as you like it, how you like the flavor. That's what counts. And it's easy to do when you're making it for yourself. So I would say play around. I'm going to put in a date right now. There we go. I have a nice, big, happy mess here. A gorgeous mess. Okay, so now we have it. We have so much to be grateful for. These are a wild thing. These are wild and medicinal, and it's total superfood. Okay, wow. The date softened the bitterness and it just enhanced it so much, just a little bit. So there you have it, everybody. Farmers Market Finds, a real farmer in Dawn. Thank you so much, Dawn, if you're watching. We're so looking forward, I'm so looking forward to seeing you next Saturday to hear more about organic farming. And it makes me feel so happy and lucky and fortunate and grateful to be able to access this kind of food. You know, this is a party. Later on, I'm just going to chop this up, maybe chop up some tomatoes and some avocado and some salt and the best olive oil I can find, and just everything so beautiful and fresh, and balance it with a little bit. I did find something new I want to share with you guys. I don't normally use balsamic vinegar, but this lady, the date lady, she brings the good stuff. Bring it. Balsamic date vinegar. I don't use balsamic vinegar because they say it's acidic, but my diet is so alkalizing. I don't normally use vinegar other than apple cider vinegar, and this is organic dates, California dates, and it's so nice. So you can add a little bit of this to your salad. I could go on and on about how excited I am about produce and things you can do with it, but there's a lot of other videos for that. So I'll sign off now. I love you guys. Get your greens on. If you haven't already followed me on Instagram, please do, and Facebook, and I'm grateful to have you with me, that's for sure, and we're just going to keep making this fun. I will see you soon, and definitely get your greens on.
I will sing you a song that will save you.